Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmasvarupine avatara varishtaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. So we were considering the various ways by which we can cultivate devotion to God, by which we have to and we ought to realize God. For realizing God, we were contemplating on the disciplines. Do you remember? First one was living presence of God, to feel the living presence of God with you, wherever you are, in whatever condition, be feeling God with you and His living presence, not simply smarana, but smarana of the living existence of God with you. Second one was to repeat the name of God or the Ishtamantra Japa. Third was to love God in others. Fourth was to serve God in others. Fifth was to feel oneness with the rest of the existence, all beings and the world, every object. Feel yourself pervading everything. By that, you slowly get identified with the all-pervading consciousness, the Ishvara, the Lord of the universe. Then we saw another to convert all our emotions into devotion. So the next discipline that I would suggest you is to be joyful in life. Create joy within. The inner joy, the actually your real nature, bliss, peace, love, absolute. That is your real being, yourself, independent of body and mind. That must come and percolate through your body-mind existence. The whole of body-mind, it must be totally divinized. Every bit of your existence. The joy must be ever there in the heart and pervading all your existence, entire existence. So that you have to experience at all times the inner bliss, inner peace. The bliss must be physically, actually experienced. Living in joy, living in peace. You must be radiating bliss and peace wherever you go. This. Similarly, love. You have to pray to the Divine Mother. Mother, fill me with such divine love and that much of divine love that I will be able to love all beings, the entire humanity, pour love on them. So much of love you give me, and give me that love by which I can love God. I can love God and get lost in it. So much of love. And all the three are within you. You cannot earn it outside. Like karma or any means, you cannot earn it. It has to be made manifest. So when you try to live in joy, unbroken joy, at all times, if you want to be in constant joy, joyful life, never becoming morose, never feeling miserable, never feeling helpless. That kind of possible, is it possible? Yes, it is possible. So you have to bring the inner to the outer. It is like reversing your cap. Inner surface will become outer surface. So that has to made to manifest. You will manifest it. So when you try to live consciously a joyful life, never expressing, never experiencing the sorrow or grief or misery or moroseness, these are removed in your life. Then you will see you are in tune with your own self. You are tuned with God, because God expects only one thing, just like parents expect one thing from children. Stand on your own leg happily. Be good to yourself, good to the society. May you be loved by all, you love all. This is what parents, they want their children to be happy always. So like that, God also expects that his devotee must be always Yashola Bhasva, attain Yasha. I am going to kill all the Nimitta Matram Bhavasavya. I am doing the war, not you. Krishna tells to Arjuna, I am the fighter. You are just standing in front of me with your leaving arrows. It is me who is controlling the arrows. It is me who is going to kill. You can't kill. So, just nimitta matram bhavasava, just to be an occasion for God to handle, to God to make work. So, you are not to take any responsibility. If you dissolve your ego, you become in the instrument in the hand of God. God will utilize you for doing His work. So, what God expects you is to be joyful and happy. You see how Krishna was longing that Pandavas must be. But in and through all the sufferings, they were experiencing intense joy within. You have to discover joy in suffering. It is there. Just like ant takes out, if you mix sugar and sand and keep, one by one, you go and see after some time, only sand is there, sugar is missing. How you have mixed means such a big glass full of sand and this one nicely mixed and kept. One by one it searches. Neti, neti. This is not sugar, this is not sugar. And it takes out the sugar and goes. It is not bothered that it will not fight with the sand. Why are you here? This, that, nothing. It simply goes, takes its sugar and goes away silently. Like that, you have to search. It is there, it is mixed up. It is mixed up. Satyanritam mithuni kritya lokoyam vyavahara. Satya and Anrita, reality and falsehood are mixed up in this world. So you have to search for the real. For our eyes, because we are associated with body and filled with desires, we will be seeing only sand. Why these people have put sand here? So much of sugar also is there. No, none of the ants asked why sugar. So they have put sand in the sugar. If it is kept in front of man, he asks, who put this? He will go on searching that person who has mixed. The ant doesn't do anything. Simply take sugar and go away. Similarly is this world. Our eyes are fixed on the dirt. Each time, formerly I used to shave my head, leave a little hair here. One by one person comes and talks to me, Swamiji, little hair is left over here. I will say, show the finger, one. Second person comes and tells. I will say, by evening, 10 people would have told me, I have shaven this much, nobody says. I have left a little here. I tell them, could you not see all this I have shaved? Can't you say, Swamiji, you have shaved a lot of his head? You are telling this much is left out. While taking food, one grain of rice I will keep here. How many people will come and tell me? The rice of grain rice. Then I will go on showing. What is your number? How many people have told? So that is our nature. So in the world, we see what should not be seen. And we forget to see what is to be seen. So God is pervading. We are not seeing. We are seeing the. So to live joyfully at all times is possible when you are in perfect tune with your own self. And the ananda of the self is flowing out. Your dependence on joy is not on the external world, not on the external people, not on the enemies or friends, not on any worldly objects. Your joy is dependent. It is flowing out at all times. We are reflecting. Our ego is resisting to accept that. It wants the pleasures of the world. It wants appreciation. It wants that nobody should tell anything, comment on that person anything. Within this is our life. So when you are asked to this one is to become nimitta. Yeah, all activities, God is doing. I am only an instrument. I am eating my food. I could not have eaten my food if this body was in different condition. I am walking. I could not have walked if my legs were in different condition. How many are not able to walk in this world? I am able to walk. God has given everything for which I have to be grateful. So whatever I am able to do, be able to breathe, it is because God is making me breathe. Otherwise I can't breathe even. So everything God is doing, I am telling I am doing. We are not doing anything. Whole bodily existence is controlled by nature. You eat food, hunger is created by nature. Digestion, whole digestion process, breaking down of the food, dissolving in the acid, getting it converted into salt, various nutritions, absorbing of the villi in the intestine, and taking it to the blood, so serving every cell in the blood, taking the nutrition and oxygen, taking away the waste and throwing away. Everything is nature is doing. You can't do anything in this body. Nature is doing. Nature is controlling. Nature is making you take birth, grow, and again complete the cycle. Old age, death. Again new cycle begins. Whole thing is controlled. You are just waking up in this body and sleeping, that's all. But that ego is there, you see. That ego I am doing. What is that song? People say, I do. সকলই তোমার ইচ্ছাময় তারা তুমি, তোমার কর্ম তুমি করো মা, লোকে বলে করে আমি. Mother is doing her work. Each person is saying, I am doing this, I am doing that, I am serving the world, I am. So to become nimitta, be an instrument in the hand of God. I am just as you, Sri Ramakrishna used to say, you see, Mother, same song. Shokuli tomar ichha moi tara tumi, তোমার কর্ম তুমি করো মা, লোকে বলে করি আমি। Second stanza. আমি যন্ত্র তুমি যন্ত্রী, আমি ঘর তুমি ঘরণী, আমি রথ তুমি রথী, যেমন চালাও তেমনি চলি সকলি। আমি যন্ত্র তুমি যন্ত্রী, I am only a machine, you are the operator, you are the engineer. আমি ঘর তুমি ঘরণী, I am house and you are the dweller, indweller. আমি রথ তুমি রথী, I am only a chariot, you are the charioteer. যেমন চালাও তেমনি চলি. As you make me move, so I move. This is taking up the nimitta side of the, to be happy, the doership, enjoyership, and knowership has to be dissolved in Divine Mother. You are the doer. So to be of all times joyful state, to make God pleased. Will God be happy if you are morose? Will He be happy seeing you weeping all the time and moving about in the world? Going on telling, he is giving trouble, she is giving trouble, this is happening, that is happening, like school boys. He has taken my pencil, he has taken my rubber, he tore my book, he pulled my ear. What is this? We come to the so low type of living. You should not be, it's your stage of spiritual understanding. You must not be able to understand if somebody tells something. Somebody calls you monkey. Why should you start behaving immediately like a monkey? To prove I am not monkey, he starts behaving like monkey. So that happens. When somebody tells, whatever is your duty, do it. Don't get affected. Calmly. So when you find yourself nimitta and pray to the Divine Mother, same Divine Mother who controls the entire universe and all lives in this world, pray to her to fill you with so much of love that you are able to love every being on this earth and love God and get lost in Him. This second prayer, two things. To live it joyfully and be in tune with your own self, your Atman. It is bliss, peace, love, absolute, not bliss relative. I am better than yesterday. No. This joy is more than yesterday's joy. Masala dosa joy is more than mango joy. No. It is relative. This is absolute. There is no comparison. No degrees. Superlative degree also it is not there. It is beyond all degrees. It is the ultimate. Only bliss and bliss alone is there. It is ocean of bliss. Incomparable. There is no dimensions to measure it. It is immeasurable. It is seamless. It is boundless. Ocean of bliss. That is within you. So, love absolute is there. Peace absolute is there. Bliss absolute is there. And that you have to make it. When you are in tune with it alone, you experience it. Oh, I am the ocean of bliss. If you are in tune with the world, only weeping, weeping, weeping. You take bath, now and then in tears, wipe the sweat, wiping the sweat, and come out. This will be your life. If you are tuned with the divine, you'll be beaming with joy. If you are tuned with your own self, you will see that all layers of your existence is filled with love, peace, and bliss absolute. So, like flood coming, everything gets flooded by all the machines of our carving in the ashrama. So many machineries, all were in water. Water was in them and they were in water. we could not dry it up. We had to use hair dryer and all to dry. So when flood comes, everything will be flooded with. Like that, all your being must be flooded. This is one part of the to be living in. And anybody coming to you must experience that and see that the constant remembrance of God, constant japa that is going on will make your whole body mantramaya and around will be a shield of protection. Whenever you see any current, there is a field around. Current electricity is going, there is magnetic field around. Water is flowing, there is the current of wind around. Similarly, when japa is going on, namasmarana is going constantly. It's a flow. There is the divine force protecting you from all sides. Like Lakshmana Rekha, it will be protecting. Nobody can enter within. By chance, anybody enters, he will be transformed. He will be electrified. He will be mantrified. He will become mantra. When anybody touches your body, you must see that every part of your body is filled with mantra. Mantra must become visible to you, anybody touching. And what would be the person happening to that person when he touches your body? Swami Vivekananda tells, touch my body once. And Abhedanandaji Maharaj, what was his previous name? Kali Maharaj. So he touches and gets a nice shock. It's difficult to bear even the spiritual powers. There will be permanent transformation in him. The transformation is such a transformation, he belongs to the Bhakti's trend. He started getting Advaitic trend. And he will be seeing constantly, he was getting the visions of God. He sees all the forms of God are entering into one huge existence and getting dissolved. When he goes and tells to Sri Ramakrishna, he says, the visions of God are over for you. You will have only now Advaitic experiences. No more personal God for you. Just touching Vivekananda. And to Vivekananda, Thakur says, don't do such things. Don't come in the way of somebody's path. He would have enjoyed his bhakti. Now you have put jnana in him. He was cooking food. You reverse the cooking pot. And it also started burning. There will be one reality. Ash alone will remain. So that's what happens. So when somebody touches you, they must be blessed. So much of spiritual awareness you must cultivate. God will give you experiences. If your mind is pure, the person who touches will have pure feelings. If your mind is dirty, they will have, if their touch will be, make your mind, your whole being dirty, your awareness dirty. When you see a dirty scene, when you see a dirty person comes to you, the mantra must be awakened in you. It whole manas, sharira, everything must become mantramaya. It must be spiritualized. Divinity must spread. When darkness is coming, light must be there in you. Darkness doesn't have existence. It has only appearance, no existence. If darkness was existing, when light comes, you must be able to see it also. Slowly it will be going. No. Absence of light is called darkness, a negative entity. It is not a positive entity like light. Light is not there. So, this is how you cultivate to be joyful. It is an art and a science. You must make up your mind, whatever circumstances come, I will not become morose. I will not be disturbed. Because you are holding on to a thing which is unshakable. God is unshakable. How you are going to shake if you are holding to something unshakable? You must be able to hold it firmly. You will not. You see, one person who had climbed the flight when the aeroplane was standing, he is some repairer or worker, and he has climbed international flight. He has climbed to do something. The plane took off. He held one post. You see, when it goes, the temperature will be -31, -40. And wind pressure, you see, what a tremendous speed it will be. He was holding one rod and sitting in that baby in the womb. He was sitting with his back up. And till it landed, he was in the same position. And he was still alive. He was still alive. What tremendous wind pressure you see, what speed it goes. Taking off itself 160 kilometers per hour. You 150 kilometers per hour, that is 100 miles per hour. The speed. You put your head outside the window of the car, you will see air will go this way and comes out of your other ear. So much pressure. And imagine the pressure with which, in speed with which the international flight moves. Few hundred kilometers per hour. And he is able to bear all that. Garbhasana he put and sat. And he was holding. What was he holding, you see? The grip with which he was holding it, that speed. And landing, you must see. You'll go walk, first one jerk, 4 people will jump if you are not holding. All that shocks, all that wind, all that chill, he was able to bear till the landing. Immediately he was taken to the hospital, but he was still alive. Like that, in this world, so much of storm is there, so much of shocks are there. All that you will be joyfully able to convert the sufferings and joys of life into a spiritual energy which gives you unbroken bliss in your life. Om Niranjanam Nityamanantarupam Bhaktanukampa Dritavigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamedhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha.